Want to get Michelle on the line, not just about the burned off face, but the Uber story, which we were going to tell, but I wanted Michelle as part of the story, but Michelle didn't come in because of the facial laser burn off. And I'm wondering how many people have done this when in an Uber or a Lyft. Now, in many cases, they have the destination address, but maybe you've put in a different address, or even if the destination address where you're going is in the Uber app, you tell the driver, no, right here. You know where I'm going with this, Fester?
Nope.
If something creeps you out or you don't want the Uber or Lyft driver to know where you live or take you right to your house, you kind of cheat a little bit. You pick a neighbor's house down the street.
It's too late, though. You've already entered your address into the system anyway.
But do they always look at the address, or do they have a record, or
they have it? If you think they're creepy, then they have a way to get it easily.
Listen, if you're concerned about that, then just put in a different address. Go ahead and expose your neighbor's house.
But you'd have to change it on your app.
Well, I realize that.
No, but like if you put a corner, if I put the nearest corner to my house and they drop me off at the corner, they would never know where I live.
Oh, that's true. Or if you put a neighbor's house 3 houses down. Anyway, something happened. Michelle was in an Uber.
Oh, no.
Because, she had like a girls' night out earlier this week. So, girls' night out. And this is before the facial laser face burn-off thing.
Nobody wants to take her out with red meat hanging off of her face.
With blood dripping off her face.
It's not Halloween time.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Let me dial her up here.
Oh, what a great idea, MJ.
What?
She gets her next procedure like on October 30th.
Oh,
and for Halloween.
For Halloween. Man, that's great makeup. Right? Oh, that's great. You see how scary MJ's wife was? Yeah. Hey, sweetie. Hey, how you feeling?
A little better.
All right, 7:29. It's the MJ Morning Show. So Michelle did not come in again this morning to assist as the hunt is on for a brand new MJ Morning Show member. So Michelle's been coming in occasionally. So we didn't tell the story because of your facial issue. Are you listening?
No, I fell back asleep.
All right, can you wake up for like 2 seconds?
1, 2.
All right, so I wanted to tell the Uber story. So what?
Oh my gosh, I can't even think.
You what?
You can't
I
even.
can't even think right now.
Oh, 1 minute. I mean, literally, I got a lot of stuff today, so just 1 minute on the story, okay?
What? Okay, go.
All right, so, hold on. Michelle, your alarm's going off.
I know, because I try to wake up.
All right, so here's the deal. So Michelle had girls' night out. What was it, Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Tuesday night, and this is where you went down to that restaurant on Beach Drive in South St. Pete, right?
Yeah.
So what was it called? The Peacock and the Rooster or something, or what?
Juno and the Peacock.
Juno and the Peacock.
All right,
So
sounds nice.
That's and Michelle said it's really good. Michelle's like very tasty. She liked it. Juno and the Peacock. She liked it. So I dropped her off, and then she was going to take an Uber home, and she did. But so what happened? Because Michelle starts texting me, meet me out front. She's like, hey, with the drop-off at the house, meet me out front. And it's like all caps. All right, if Michelle is hollering at me in all caps.
Something's going down.
Yeah, something's going down. I'm like, what's going on? Meet me out front. And then it changed to.
Well, I first said, are you following me? Do you see where I am?
Yeah, because the whole family, we're on the Life 360 app. So we know where the kids are. Everyone knows where everyone is.
Because I didn't know where I was.
Right. All right, so.
How from downtown St. Pete?
Well, because something was closed. A road was closed. And they had to. What?
Well, initially getting on the road was closed.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, okay, but that's not when I got nervous.
So somehow, once they're on 275, the Uber driver gets off.
Yeah.
I mean,
before the bridge.
Well before the bridge, he decides to just get off at 275. If you're.
Or he just missed the exit. I don't know.
There is no exit when you're going to Tampa on Interstate 275 northbound.
Exactly. You just stay northbound, and next thing you know, you're on the bridge.
Well, somehow we got off.
Okay, well, then Michelle gets nervous. It's like, where the hell?
Because I realized we're driving in a circle, like around in a neighborhood, and I'm like, wait a minute. I've been in the car long enough that I should already be home.
Yeah, duh.
And we didn't go across the bridge.
All right, let me ask you a question, Michelle.
Something's up here, right? So she's freaking out. He gets off. Then he's driving in circles in the middle of Pinellas County instead of just staying on 275 North to get on the freaking Howard Franklin Bridge. What do you want to ask her?
Nice.
What was your... I'm not trying to give any blame or anything like that, but I'm just asking for informational purposes. What was your level of intoxication?
I'd had 2 drinks.
Oh, come on.
No, she had 2 drinks.
Oh,
No.
that's what everybody says.
Yeah. Listen,
No,
I know when Michelle's affected. When she got home, she was
Okay, I'm asking.
Yeah, she was completely fine.
I don't know if the driver thought he had... I don't know what the driver was thinking. I'm just trying to place the whole
Listen,
thing together.
Oh, and he knew, because that's what we were talking, and I had said to him, like, my rule is, if I have 1 drink, I don't drive.
Yeah, so Michelle, as a former Hillsborough County assistant state attorney, Michelle's rule is if she has 1 drink, she will not drive. That's it. Because she prosecuted many DUI cases. Yeah. All right, so I want to wrap this up, Michelle, but this is where I wanted to ask this question of our listeners. Have you ever done this? So Michelle is, kind of, weirded out. She did put in the home address, obviously, for the Uber to take her from the restaurant in St. Pete home to South Tampa. But then she's texting me, meet at, a neighbor's house. So she texts the name of the neighbor, and she was going to tell the driver, oh, right here, here's my house. Yeah. And what? So expose our neighbor?
That's right.
Well, because you didn't say why.
And now the rest of the story. So
right.
the guy tells Michelle that he's a felon and just got out of prison.
Well, he didn't just get out. He was just like, he didn't say it like that.
How do you say it?
He goes, he spent some time on the inside. And I was like, I had to think about it. I was like, on the inside. Oh, man.
So,
as he's not, like, on the interstate going where we're supposed to be going. So that's when I was like, okay, you know what? That's when I was texting you, like, do you see where I am? And you're going to need to meet me outside of the neighbors because I'm really not sure what's happening here.
Yeah, so Michelle picks, the house next door and, mentions the neighbor's name. So listen, to my neighbors who do listen to the show occasionally, yeah, Michelle was going to have the felonious Uber driver drop her off at your house so he could come back and murder you guys.
Yeah. He was very nice.
So,
that was not what he was on the inside for.
All right, so
hold on. Did you just say he was very nice?
Oh, yeah. Michelle said
he was very nice and friendly and just like,
but Michelle got creeped out that he's lost driving in. So it should have been like a 28-minute ride home. It turned into an hour ride home.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I just got a little nervous.
Yes.
Like maybe I was like maybe I was not reading the room.
I was about to call Sheriff Gualtieri and tell him to get the chopper in the air.
No kidding.
All right, so she's on the way home. Finally, I can see she's on the bridge, but then. The guy is driving, and with Life 360, with the little family tracker app, I can see how fast she's going in the car. He's on 275 driving 38 miles an hour.
Right.
I'm like, what is going on here? Why was he driving 38 miles an hour on the bridge?
Why is this guy an Uber driver?
Exactly.
We were having a nice conversation. He's from Yonkers. He moved down here a while ago, and
38 miles an hour is dangerously slow.
Hello, yes. That's a recipe for a rear ender. That's a boom,
He told me about a great pizza shop a little south of here.
All right, so here's the deal. Let me wrap this up. So here's the deal.
Up,
so Michelle picks the neighbor's house to get dropped off at. I'm getting off it, and I said, you know what? Why don't you go even further down the street? So I gave her another house, which is kind of abandoned right now.
Yeah.
It's no one's living in the house. So it's an older style house down the street. So it's like 7 houses down. So I said, have him drop you off at X house. So I walk down and I'm like on the sidewalk. I'm they're like, hey, I'm waving. I can see her
down.
because I'm looking at the app so I can see where they're driving up the street. So I'm like, I'm waving them down. Hey.
Yeah, if I know you.
The thing was, he also knew that you were monitoring because he was like, "That's nice. That's a good man checking up on you like that." And I was like, "Yeah, he is. He'll be waiting out front for me."
Yeah, that good man's going to turn you into Swiss
Right.
cheese if you try to pull anything.
So here's the question. And look, I'm not going to go to phones on this, but I just want to pose the question: how many of our listeners have actually, with ride apps, maybe you put a different address in that
Dude,
you know?
why not go to Phone Star at MJ?
What?
I bet you there are hundreds of
Yeah.
people listening right now who have had the creepiest
All right.
experience of their life in one of these gig
all right,
ride
all right,
cars.
All right, fine. All right. Have you had a creepy Uber or Lyft experience with a creepy driver? Or do you make it a policy that you never put your actual home address in the app? You always get dropped off maybe a couple of houses away? Or have you mid-ride said, oh, right here? So even though they might have your address where you were going, you decided to get dropped off not quite at your house?
Oh, man.
Any creepy stories?
I want to change my app now.
What the hell? All right, I'll try to grab a couple of calls. 800-990-1047. Anybody? Anybody play the wrong address game or the...
Or you just say that you're going to your friend's house, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't know it's your house.
Yeah, that's another possibility. All right, Michelle, I'll see what happens on the phones. But yeah, that was a weird story. You were a little nervous for a little bit, right?
Well, because when we got off the interstate,
Yeah.
then I didn't know where I was being taken.
Yeah, what? Yeah, he was probably like burying you. He probably had some kind of secret underground bunker.
No.
He's gonna put you in room. You know that movie?
No.
We really don't have basements here in Florida. You
Yeah,
probably didn't have an
exactly.
underground
He's
bunker.
gonna bury you in a Chowchilla bus.
You might have had an insulated room.
All right, Michelle.
All
it's time.
right.
Goodbye. All right. Anybody play the different address game with Lyft or Uber by putting in not your home address, or maybe it was in there, but then saying, "Oh no, here's my just drop me off right here." Couple of driveways away, maybe a different apartment building, different condo unit, wherever you are. Anybody with a creepy rideshare story?
I'm changing my home address right now in the app.
800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Anything strike a nerve here? Anything ring a bell? Thought about it? Have you had a creepy driver that kind of gave you the willies, spooked you out a little bit? 800-990-1047 is how you get in here on the MJ Morning Show.
Speaking of Ubers, MJ,
Yeah.
have we had any new information about my friend in Detroit, the big fat lady who was denied the Uber ride?
No, I haven't seen anything on that.
Okay.
I haven't seen it.
I know they filed the lawsuit. I don't know if Uber has come out with a...
The woman, the Detroit rapper, who the driver said that she was too heavy to get in his car. Didn't she clock in about 550 pounds?
I think I thought it was like 468. Not that I remember, but that seems to stick in my head. But
No. One of the numbers was like 489, but then later in the story it said she was like 550 and change or something.
I don't know. She's a big lady.
Yeah.
Dank DeMoss,
Oh, that's right.
who I'm
All right.
now a big fan of on YouTube. I follow her
All
page.
right, phones are ringing. Andrew, get me one quickly here. So Andrew's screening. You know what? We need to hire additional phone screeners.
Honestly, if we're being straight, MJ,
We've got such a hefty budget around here. I need multiple phone screeners with the call volume that we get. Tammy's in Riverview. Tammy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
So we use Uber quite a bit to get here, there, and yonder. But one incident, me and my husband, we were picked up from the Mid Florida Credit Union, or the amphitheater.
amphitheater,
down there
yep.
for Kentucky.
Yep.
And they were bringing us home to Riverview, and what we picked us up in, I swear, in the middle console was this biggest bong I've ever seen, and that car smelled so.
Oh my God! You get picked up in a bongmobile?
Yes, I'm like, oh my God. So we're just like, because hey, why not? So we are already drunk from the fest.
So you get into the car. There's a massive bong in the center console, and the vehicle reeks of marijuana.
Oh, no doubt. But hey, so I'm definitely my husband, me more so than my husband, because he's like, no. I'm like taking my nose and kind of like when you smoke up meth or cocaine, you plug one side of your nose and go so you can get a big hit.
I'll take your word for it.
It was pretty crazy. But,
Did
yeah.
you say anything to the driver?
No, I sure didn't. I was like, oh, we're just going to have a good time going home. Basically all I said.
Are you guys smokers? Do you smoke pot?
No, we don't smoke pot, have in the past, so I wasn't offended.
Right.
And I don't think I would. I think I might smoke it again if it's opportune to me.
I mean, what if the Uber driver would have offered you a rip off of the bong right there at a stoplight or something?
Oh, I'll take a hit. No. That was the weirdest one. I've taken Uber and Lyft and all that numerous times, but that was just the most bizarre one.
You know what I'm guessing? I'm guessing that a giant bong visible in the center console and the car reeking of burned cannabis.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that that's a violation of the
You would-
the Uber driver rules.
Definitely, you would definitely think so.
I gotta say,
You guys have a great day now. You hear it?
MJ, I gotta say, Tammy sounds like a really good time.
Yeah. Did you just say y'all have a great day now? You hear?
Yeah.
That's like y'all come back now. You hear?
Yeah, she's dropped a
Y'all
couple
come
of
back
them.
now here?
Did you hear her at the beginning? She's like, I take Uber for here, there, and yonder. Who says that? That's the best.
She's straight out of the holler.
Yeah, right.
All right. Ed is in Pinellas. Two more calls or three more. Just because I got to get into the marijuana story.
All right.
Yeah, because I've got a marijuana, very important marijuana story. I do have if you're a smoker, if you're Mr. or Mrs. 420, you got to hear the latest on marijuana smoking. Ed is in Pinellas. Hello, Ed.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Ed. We're great. Go ahead.
Hey, I had my car in the repair shop, so I called an Uber from my work, which is in Pinellas Park, and I had to go to Largo. And he went right down the street, right by my house, and he took a left turn. I said, hey, I live over here. He says, oh, no, this is the address. He was a flooring guy, and he says, this is the address I have. And he started taking me towards the beach. I says, no. I says, I live over there. I know where I live. So he stopped at
No,
a
you
light,
don't.
and I
You
got
do
out of
not
the
know.
car, and I went across to the gas station, and I texted for another Uber. Same guy came and picked me up.
Oh, man.
He was the first one on the scene to pick up the ride.
Yeah, his closest. Oh, that's got to suck, Ed. Thank you, Ed. LT. Which brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack. LT, Apollo Beach, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
So my sister was.
You ever heard that? You know what I'm doing there? Do you know when I said don't smoke crack? You know what I'm doing there?
What?
You're LT, right?
Yes. Oh, okay. I got you.
What
Tell us.
What
What do we do?
what am I doing there?
My name is Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, but you from the Water Boy. You know the scene?
Yes.
Hold on. Your name isn't Lawrence Taylor in real life, right?
No, it is.
Hold on.
Your name is Lawrence Taylor?
Yes.
So you're LT and your real name is Lawrence Taylor?
I've been LT for 52 years.
Oh,
That's amazing.
That's hysterical. Yeah. So I was doing the Water Boy, right, from Adam Sandler and LT in the scene.
Gentlemen, what brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
Okay.
Okay, LT, go ahead.
So my sister was visiting, and we took her down to downtown St. Pete and started drinking, and me and my wife wanted to leave a little early. So my sister and my daughter were going to stay down there and drink a little bit, and they're going to get an Uber home. So next morning, they wake up, we wake up and start talking. We're like, what happened? They're like, you will never believe we got this Uber, and the guy was so creepy that they just told him to stop and drop them off at a random place. They don't even know had been drinking so much.
Wow.
So they waited like 20 minutes and wanted to call another Uber. Well, they called an Uber. The same guy picked him up, and they started complaining about how creepy the dude was that the Uber that took him the first time.
And it's the same guy. They didn't realize the same guy came back to pick him up?
No, they were drinking too much. They didn't realize that it was the same guy. They were telling him how creepy he was before.
Oh, my God. That's crazy. All right, LT, you don't smoke crack, do you?
Not this year.
All right, thank you, LT. Thanks for listening, buddy.
Last year was a different story.
That's a great story. And before I wrap this up, you know what comes up a lot? When I was with Chloe, I was with Chloe at Armature Works on Wednesday night.
That's right, yeah.
Because the Han Hand Roll Bar and Zuku, the sushi spots, they brought in that 350-pound bluefin tuna for the Lunar New Year. If you haven't seen that video, if you haven't seen a 350-pound whole bluefin tuna, amazing. The video's on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. And then Chloe, the second video is Chloe actually eating some of this amazing fish they brought in. So a lot of, because I had talked about we were going and a bunch of listeners came out. And one of the listeners brought up Chloe's Uber story. And that was when her friend
In the city in New York.
in New York,
Yeah.
remember, and the listener was like, oh my God, that was such a scary story. And, people remember like certain things that we do on the show, which is fantastic. And that story was Chloe's friend in Manhattan. And Chloe was up because she had done a summer semester up at NYU before she graduated from UNH. And her friend called an Uber. Uber comes. The friend is so drunk, the Uber driver said, nope, you're not getting in my car. Because the worst fear for an Uber driver, Lyft Uber driver, the worst fear that they have is that, Friday, Saturday nights, you get a Gen Xer, you get a millennial in the car, and, they're gonna vomit in the car. So I think, you know what? Oh, I remember now. So she did get in the Uber, right? And then she was, I guess, giving indications that she was about to blow chunks. The Uber driver
Told her to get out.
Told her to get out.
Or she said, stop the car, I have to get out.
Right.
And she exits the vehicle.
Right.
Uber driver takes off.
Yes, Uber driver took off.
Another car pulls up.
And then a stranger pulls up and tries to get her into the car.
Didn't she get into the car?
Yeah, she got into the car. That's right.
And Chloe was like seeing her on like her.
And she's never been seen again. Actually, yeah, she was fine. But, man, that's some scary crap right there. Did you like the video? Want more? Go ahead and click all this like, share, subscribe.